Hello friends, KillerBee here. Today we are in Colorado Springs, Colorado at the Pikes Peak Streetcar Museum. Did you know there's a cool little streetcar museum here? And it ties in local history, so it appeals to both trolley fans and the general public. Let's take a look. A little background. Electric railway service in Colorado Springs ended in 1932 when buses replaced the cars. The Pikes Peak Historical Street Railway Foundation, a not-for-profit organization, was incorporated in 1982 to preserve the history and artifacts of the area's electric street railways. They operate the museum as the Pikes Peak Trolley Museum and Restoration Shop. In 1994, the former Rock Island Railroad Roundhouse became available. It was built in 1888 and had 14 stalls. It is now down to 4. The museum uses 2 for equipment displays and restoration, and 2 for offices and displays. This area was originally the town of Roswell, but was annexed into Colorado Springs. When you first walk in, it is visual overload. Pictures, models, artifacts, memorabilia, papers, etc., covering local rail history await you. A nice row of pictures along the wall shows the historical progression of the area's street railways, starting with the horse-drawn ones. A volunteer will offer to take you around, and it is well worth it. So let's go. In the restoration shop are 3 cars with local ties. Car number 59 was the first acquisition. It was built in 1901 by the Laclade Car Company of St. Louis, Missouri, for the Colorado Springs and Interurban as their number 59. After being retired, it was used off rails locally as a workshed. Its owner donated it to the foundation, and it was then stored at Ghost Town, a local museum. Once the foundation acquired use of the roundhouse, it was moved here. Its restoration has been a work in progress for the past 20 years or so. Car number 48 was part of an order for 5 convertible streetcars from the Brill Company in 1901. The windows and side panels could be rolled up into the roof, and the running boards unfolded and let down for summer operation as an open car. The cars were rebuilt in 1908 and 1909 to better survive the Colorado Springs climate. All of the cars remained with the company until it shut down in 1932. Number 48 was sold and its body turned into a home for the next 65 or so years, before being purchased by the museum and moved to the car house. The star of the show is car number 135. It is a Birney car, which was smaller than a conventional streetcar, having just a single truck under it. It was designed for one-man operation. Most cars then had an operator and a ticket collector. The car was built by American Car Company in 1919. It operated as Fort Collins Municipal Railway car number 22 until streetcar service there stopped in 1951. The car went through several owners until 1994, when it was leased and moved to the Springs and restoration began. In 2006 it was purchased outright. Restoration took 15 years, but in 2022 it was operable again. The museum renumbered it to 135. In 1995, the foundation acquired a number of cars for $2,000 each from Philadelphia's transit agency SEPTA, the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority. They were built in the late 1940s and are known as PCC cars. Like the Birney, PCC is a type of streetcar. It stands for President's Conference Committee, which was a design committee formed in 1929. The goal was a new standardized streetcar design. The cars had been overhauled only several years prior to being acquired and were operable. This got the foundation board to begin thinking in terms of reviving a streetcar system to operate again in town and in Manitou Springs. In 1997, the foundation obtained a 25-year franchise from the city of Colorado Springs to operate on city streets as the Colorado Springs and Interurban Railway. Over the years, several routes were considered, but nothing materialized. Car 2129 is used for rides on the 500 feet of electrified track. Car 2131 was disposed of, and 7 others are in storage. The white paint is actually rust proofing applied by the museum. We will quickly look at other pieces of equipment around the property. 2 more PCC cars on display are Los Angeles Rail Car 3101, a narrow gauge car, and Port Authority of Allegheny County, or PAT number 4002 from Pittsburgh, a white gauge car. 4 pieces of railway equipment from the curiously named Denver Tramway Company, which was the narrow gauge Denver streetcar system, are on site. DTC cars 117 and 329 are in the main viewing area. Behind the roundhouse is 724, an all-wood snowplow and work car, and 770, which had been used as the Broadway shop switcher. Several other pieces of railroad equipment sit on display, but do not seem to factor into the tour that you will receive from the museum volunteer, except for former Denver and Rio Grande Western Caboose 1501. You will get taken inside it. A car from the Manitou and Pikes Peak Cog Railway is on display and is available to be rented out for parties and events. Inside former Southern Pacific baggage car 6777 is the Roswell Rock Island Museum. This is the collection of one man, Steve Pellis, and displays his lifetime of collecting and preserving anything related to the Rock Island Railroad. 1 bus is on the property, a trolley bus from Denver Tramway. It actually was part of 4 buses the museum had to take as a condition of obtaining 2 of the before-mentioned DTC cars. The other 3 were disposed of. It was built in 1940 by Brill Westinghouse and was in service to the end of DTC trolley coach service in 1955. Our tour ended with a short ride on PCC car 2129, one of the Philadelphia 9, built in 1948. Unlike earlier cars that had a control stand, these cars were operated with foot pedals. On top of all this, the museum was also providing a site for the restoration of an 1883 baggage car for the Cumbre and Toltec Scenic Railroad. I must say, crammed into a small area, there is a lot of history which the volunteers are passionate about explaining. In our group were 3 others who were not streetcar enthusiasts, but who seemed to enjoy the tour and learning about the cars and the restoration efforts. I wish the museum the best for their mission and recommend a visit for anyone interested in the history of streetcars in the area, or just streetcars in general. The museum sits right next to the railroad main line, so you can catch glimpses of trains going by. And one last thing, when you drive in, don't be concerned if you think you are not on the right road. You are. Feel free to subscribe, and here is a link to other videos. Thank you. Bye for now.